Whatty Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's hashtag anime nerdigan review is going to be for Tsugumomo Season 1, Episode 3, titled Kukuri-hime. And before I get to this review, let me briefly explain just how I do my anime nerdigan reviews, because they're different than the everyday anime tubers. So basically, I have the manga right in front of me while I'm watching the anime, and if shit isn't matching, then I am going to call it out. And it's for just about everything. And in the case of this particular anime, I gotta call out facial expressions too, because this anime has just not been has not been consistent with the comedic facial expression. So I will definitely call that shit out as well. The only thing that I won't call out too much is word changes, because otherwise we'd be here for an hour. Instead, it's just basically the context of the dialogue. If it doesn't match what the manga intended, then I'll call it out as well. And also if, like, for example, it's a sentence is a statement in the manga, and an anime it's a question, then I'll call that as shit out. Anyway, let's get to this review. So something that the anime did that I'm really happy that they did was it's basically, this episode starts off in the with the Shiro Kokuyu scene in chapter 5, and I'm glad they showed that. I was really worried they were going to skip it, but the only thing that bothered me about this, the only problem with that particular scene was when Shiro is looking at Kokuyu's breasts. In the manga, his eyes pop out of his head, like all cartoony-ish, and that wasn't in the anime, and that just kind of bothers me, because it scares me that we're not going to have all that comedic shit. But then afterwards, what they do, after the opening song, before going into chapter 6, what they do is they, show how Kazuya lost his memories and shit. And I'm fine with that, because we are meeting Kukuri and Kokuyu this episode. So I'm totally fine with them showing that. And then something I was really worried about was, originally when I was watching this, I was thinking, why aren't they just finishing all the Shiro Kokuyu stuff before the opening song? Well, I like what the anime did more, which was when Shiro basically punches Kazuya in the face, and he says, "What the hell?" And after Kazuya's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And Shiro mentions, "You got me in a shitload of trouble," and then it goes into back to the incident with Shiro and Kokuyu, which is when he took her out to dinner or lunch. And I like that we even got the time stamps that says yesterday, and that makes me really happy. Now, this is how I wish most anime would do this stuff, especially to make up for how they're skipping scenes. So I'm very, very happy with this. I honestly understand why the anime didn't kind of want to show it twice. So I'm very happy with how you did this anime. This is when it's okay to skip stuff in chapters and then come back to it in the next episode. I'm definitely fine with this. Okay, anime, you need to make up your mind about inner monologues here, because you did all of Shiro's inner monologue, which I'm very happy that you did. But you didn't do Kokuyu's inner monologue when she says here, "For now I will eat, then I will bring him to you, Kukuri-sama." I wish you would have just had... It's just one little thing! But so far, up to this point in the episode, I'm already freaking happy, with the exception of that missing inner monologue. I kind of like the dialogue they did for Kukuri in the anime just a little bit more, but I'm gonna read how it was done in the manga. So what Kokuyu says is hold on a second. Or after, like, she mentions about the feast before Kukuri says, "Oh, how sneaky." And then Kokuyu says, "What you're saying is related to this shrine's finances. It must be that if you're not the kind of famous god that's written in the Kojiki donk," and then she gets hit in the head again. And then and what Kukuri says in the anime, I like that she says, "So you're gonna go there? You know how I'm sore about that." But in the manga, she just says, "Ah, you said it. You just read my mind." Let's see. what she said in the manga, I'm going to read this portion of too, even though, you know, the anime did this portion pretty well, was, you're probably just hearing things, Kukuri-sama. If there were even one sentence in the Nihon Shoki, then someone would notice even the even the thinnest existence of a god. Donk. We didn't get the donk, which is really fucking annoying. And then Kukuri says, that's what I'm saying. If they put me down as Kukuri-hime or something, I'll never let them hear the end of it. And that I kind of wish that was in the anime, like that part of the dialogue. I do like the what she said though about the finances. I thought that was good, but you know, this part I think they completely skipped it and then just went to the hell with it. And then and bring Kazuya here already. So I'm curious what you nerdigans thought would think is more funny. I like the soreness with the finances, but at the same time, I kind of like what she said in the manga as well, to boot. But there was like no donk, and that just kind of bothered me a little bit. Before I forget, something that the anime did that I'm happy that they did that was in the manga, it was in regards to Shiro. Like after, you know, he mentioned that he you know, borrowed Asumu's money and shit like that, and it said that let me read it in the manga because it was just perfect. It says after that Shiro Shiramine's experienced his own personal summer hell, and I fucking love that. I thought that was really, really good as well. So this line was cut. And that kind of frustrates me because it was fucking hilarious. But I want to read the whole thing here that Kukuri says, starting here. He's probably in school right now, so don't make a ruckus. Approach him when he heads home. Okay. I said, don't make a ruckus. Got it? And we don't need the rat girl neither. Okay. I'm worried. At least this cake is delicious. Chomp chomp. Like, I really would have loved to have the cake part too. I thought that would be nice. But no. I swear, this anime is trying to take itself too seriously sometimes, and it's very, very annoying. And I wish it wouldn't. Stop trying to take yourself seriously, anime. This isn't a serious manga. This is a very, very comedic manga. Similar to, in a way, Renai Boken is very comedic. And Renai Boken does a lot of the facial expressions a lot better than Tsugumomo. I will say that flat out. Of course, this was skipped, like the lunch portion was fine, and then Kazuya says, and this was skipped on mine too, and she was like, yeah, he's crying, and that was skipped. It skipped that little portion. It was like, ah, why? But the facial expression that Kazuya has when Kareha is hitting him with the obi, with her obiness, this is what I mean by comedic expressions. I like what the manga did a little bit more than the anime with the dialogue after he got hit in the face. And he says, never mind. Instead of I'm sorry, he says, never mind. And Kareha says, damn straight in the manga. And in the anime, she says, as long as you understand. I'm like, no! Kareha is very vulgar. Like, that's why I get a little bit annoyed with the dialogue that they're giving Kareha. Is she's supposed to be vulgar as shit. And no, she didn't do it. She wasn't vulgar. Her vulgarness and her comedic shit is just like getting all fucked up because of this. What was skipped in here, or like the, Kazuya said, like, in the anime, he says it's probably just some thief. But no, I like what Kazuya said more. No, probably in the manga more. No, probably just a thief with a ridiculous appetite. I thought that would be that's definitely a lot better. But yeah. And then this was skipped straight to the Shiro comedy stuff. But when Kazuya points at, or not Kazuya, when Kokuri points at Amasu, and says, you're Kazuya Kagami, aren't you? Negative. And then it goes into, it's you. Hold on a second. So, first of all, the facial expressions are getting a whole lot better. But, let me just see. But what Koki said, that was quite generous of you, but you're the one who racked up the huge bills. But you ordered the entire menu, and I caught hell because of it. That was skip, but the rest of it was perfect. Like the look on fucking Shiro's face is exactly like the manga, and this is what I wanted. We are getting better with the comedy. Yes, we are. We are getting better with it. Anime, at least to have him grope you. Shiro actually does, grope Kokuyu in the manga, and there's like the feel, and then Chisato whacks him. It's like, duh! Stop taking the comedy out of this. Like, oh, I swear this anime is trying to take itself too seriously, and I fucking hate it. Stop it! This is supposed to be a funny, vulgar anime, and it's just annoying. And then after that little thing happened, basically what happened was she pointed to another student. Kokuyu pointed to another student and said, "Now that that's done, Kazuya Kagami, I'll have you come with me." And then the girl's like, "I'm not Kazuya Kagami, that's him." And then it is correct with the exception of, wait, class is still... And then Kareha pops up. Another thing that was skipped was when Kareha pops up, all the guys are like, "Whoa, who's that girl? She's cute. Which class is she in? Take it? Servant?" Yeah, this is what happens when you don't do the fucking Shakespearean dialogue. God damn it. Also, the placement is incorrect, too. Kokuyu is supposed to be, like, right next to, Kazumi. And Kareha is supposed to be, like, next to them, or, like, behind them, or something like that. But, yeah, that's not correct. This was skipped from Kazuya, just in case I missed it, was when, because in the manga, Kokuyu grabs Kazuya's arm, and Kazuya says, wait, class is still, and then then Kareha pops up. They screwed up the dialogue here, but after Kareha gets really pissed off, even though the facial expression is perfect. But what she says, Kukuri's dog hath quite the bark indeed. This is a showdown, Amazon, not ogress. Amazon! That's where I draw the line. Those succubus tits of... this is a showdown, Amazon. I'm gonna knock those succubus tits of yours down 3 cup sizes. Like, I wanted that! And you didn't have her say that! That's not fair, anime! Ah! It's not fair. This got screwed up too. Like after Kazuya grabbed Kareha, it's supposed to be, what? Knock it off. Let me go, Kazuya. And don't bring those out in front of other people. Who cares? Her words alone are unforgivable. And then it goes on to, hesitant, rag girl? I for one don't mind at all. What's that? Wait. And then, this is right. Let's, resolve this peacefully is there as well. Oh, finally, we're getting more comedic expressions from Shiro. I am fucking happy we're getting some more comedic expressions. I wish this... And, I'm fine with them doing that before going into the next scene where they're actually going to do the arm wrestling. Having Kareha say, let's do arm wrestling demon tits and shit like that. And I'm fine with that. Also, this was skipped, was when Kareha says... it's better this way. I'd rather be able to move freely. And yes, I love that Chisato was whacking the fuck out of Shiro with the paper fan. That's what she's supposed to do. And you just made that up is in the manga as well. I'm very happy with this. And then it goes into Kazuya explaining the rules, which is correct as well. That's in the manga. Something that was skipped, and I hate when animes do this because I hate when animes are bipolar on their inner monologues, and Tsugumomo is definitely no exception. What Kazuya is thinking is they aren't joining hands, but oh man, the arm wrestling itself was animated beautifully. There was one facial expression from Kareha that was not correct. But other than that, it was beautiful. But then after the wrestling match is over, the arm wrestling match is over, holy shit, that was amazing was not, well, at least it wasn't shown in my translation. So, but yeah, the gym coach came up at the right time, though, and his dialogue is good. So overall, I would say this chapter that was adapted, chapter 6, was adapted perfectly, or just about perfectly. I mean, the scene of events was consistent with the manga. There was missing dialogue here and there, and maybe a couple of facial expressions that were incorrect. But for the most part, it was downright just about perfect, and I'm very happy with Tsugumomo for this, because Tsugumomo really could have fucked this up, but they didn't fuck it up. Well, they somewhat fucked up the facial expressions, but and a little bit of the dialogue with Kukuri and Kyoko, but that was chapter 5. For the most part, that the stuff that they adapted from chapter 5 was like just about perfect, with the exception of that conversation between Kyoko and Kokuyu and freaking A and Kukuri. That was for the most part pretty damn perfect. It was almost perfect. There was just there was a couple of things that were missed, and including the little bit of the comedy getting a little drained out of it. But for the most part, I'm very happy with what they did with chapter 6. It even ended perfectly. But the only thing that I really wish they would have done was shown the facial expression of Kareha when she's like getting all pissed off at Kokuyu. That would have been really nice. And but again, I guess comedic facial expressions don't matter in this anime. Well, they do, but not as much as they should. And before I forget, I almost forgot to mention this, that earlier on in the episode, this is right after the opening song, that scene is actually in chapter 7, in the first portion of chapter 7. I kind of, it would have been nice to see it in here, in this portion of it, but it's, hold on a second. But it's okay, and I understand why they don't have this time a mysterious shrine maiden showed up in my classroom and dragged me off to a certain location. A faint sense of deja vu is there, but I understand that because fuck, this is shit that we already know. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that in that portion that of the memory was adapted perfectly. I kind of wish it was here where it should be. Because it makes more sense. But whatever. I don't know if you dirty kids agree with me on this or not. This was... Hold on a second. Let me make sure I'm reading my notes right here. Hold on. This was skipped, and it's, again, more comedy shit. And Shisase says, "What are you doing? You must bow before passing through the Tori. Next, you have to cleanse yourself at the Chizuya. Kareha-san, don't drink straight from the ladle. And you, Kazuyu-kun, don't walk up the middle of the path. The center is the god's path. Thou sure art fussy about the minutest points, Chisato." Yes, that's me. And then Kokuyu says, "Be quiet, you guys. I will call her holiness." And then she says the chant here, and it's not in the anime, which is annoying. "Awaken, merciful goddess, princess of Geronima. We bumbling call out to wait, hold on a second. I can't see what I wrote here. Just give me a minute. Sorry, it's Princess of Geronima. We humble and calling out to the Oath Shrine Master. Bless goddess Grete a finde. We profane over our gratitude. O moi sacred. We aren't at thy mercy. Reverently we gazing upon thy bode, upright and rightwise and in sincerity. We legend the truth path. Bestoweth on upon us thy favor. Governs the people of this world and the many families failing For good health, humbling we pray in thee. Yeah, it's really fucking hard to read it in this manga too. But yeah, it's skipped, and then Kazuya says nothing's happening, and Kari has the smile on her face, and she's like, "No, she cometh." Again, I really miss the Shakespearean dialect. This part was skipped, and again, the comedy, which was this was after Kareha says, "Wow, it was a complete victory," and then she glares and like growls at and it says at Kokuyu saying, "I told you not to call me rag girl." That was fucking skipped. Why? Stop trying to take yourself so seriously, anime. Driving me nuts. This part of Kukuri-hime's dialogue was cut as well. This was after I see was it arm wrestling. Kokuyu will eventually be powerful when she's not near me. This part was cut out as well. Did you forget to stick your finger in your ear and wind up in the spring in your head? Yeah, that was skipped as well. This part is what another thing that Kareha says here. And this is kind of cut as well. And what the hell is this one tie shit? You're just making shit up now. And then it goes back to the dialogue. This part of the argument was skipped too. As if, but you came at me anyway in spite of me calling a draw, you coward. Oh my gosh. And also, let's see. Well, this part was cut off, and this was earlier on. It says it started pouring rain in the middle of the match, and we had to take a water break, literally. That was a little screwed up itself. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here. Oh, a second. Oh, and then this was really messed up too. Haha. Oh, that? Are you still bitching about that time you jumped the gun on me? Yeah, I am. That was my win. You dumb shit. How is that your win? Your win. Your fist never even hit me. Oh, you're the one to talk back then. Would you get it even if I spelled it out? Yeah, a lot of this dialogue was cut. So the arm wrestling match, it got skipped as well between Kareha and Kukuri, which is like, what the fuck? Why did you skip that? This is what was skipped. Hold on a second. First there's this line from this dialogue with Chisada as well. Kazuya and Kokuyu, which is this. That looks like Bishimi. Bishimi? It's the demonic no mask for when Tengu or Hellspawn are introduced. So what happens when she puts it on? It's simple. She obtains the Herculean strength of a demon or Tengu, and then she starts fighting with Kareha, and then Kukuri says, let us resolve our differing claims with the thing itself. The outcome will stand on its own. It most definitely will. Prepare to get served. And then it goes into no contest. Because they both got hit in the head. See, that's it. See that? It's divine justice, divine justice. You came here to just to quarrel with me, didn't you? Shut up. There's no way I could ow. There's no way I could be subject to divine justice. Ouch. Can we get to the point, please? Huh? And then it goes back into canon for the manga. And this was skipped as well. Like, this episode is pissing me off. But let me read it from what Kukuri says right here. You will exercise this area of these recent paranormal events. You have been appointed to the duty of the atonement. Exercise paranormal? Me? Without Kareha-san? don't. And then she goes, stand back, Kazuya. And then it gets into the, back to the manga canon here. And where was the hex that was supposed to be placed on Kareha as well? Like, starting to piss me off. Like, come on, man. And Kareha doesn't say in the anime. She thinks she can trap us, which is in the manga. And yes, more shit is getting cut. Oh my god. This episode is not my favorite right now. I really hate that we didn't get the arm wrestling or like at least the position, the stance of the arm wrestling and them getting whacked in the head and having bumps. I just feel like the comedy is being drained from here, and it's trying to take itself too seriously, this anime, and it's really, really annoying. It's not a serious anime. Shit. It's not a serious manga, I should say. And this was cut as well. What Chisato said was, if she's still lying, what if we just say okay to her then? And then Kareha says, no, wait, it's holy ground, and we're even before the god herself. The power of her response would bind us in an irrevocable covenant. And something that I forgot to mention as well, one of the other flashbacks that was shown in here was of Kazuya's mother back in, and that's in chapter 8, in the start of chapter 8. And something that bothered me was like, why aren't you showing it like right here before the battle? But I guess whatever. They showed it right before they met Kukuri. So it's like they're getting the flashbacks all fucked up. So meh. But I gotta say, in regards to chapter 7 was not adapted very well. It wasn't. I'm very pissed off that you did not even have the fucking arm wrestling match between or at least the start. It looked like the beginning of it, like in the stances between Kareha and Kukuri, and have them getting whacked in the head to stop it. Like, I mean, come on, anime, stop it! Stop fucking this up. This was cut as well from from Kareha's inner monologue. Double layers, no, even quadruple layers are pointless now. It just skipped to what do I do? What do I do? But at least the incantation is there. I will give it that. But this fight is really, really nice. I love this fight that's going on. It is beautifully animated. Okay, now this got screwed up as well. What Kukuri says in the manga, or in the anime, she says it's over. In the manga, she says, can rice paper hold back the overwhelming flood? And where it ended was really not. It was, I wish they would have ended it right at the end of chapter 7, to be honest. Instead of cutting all the content, if they would have just done chapter 6 and chapter 7, I would have been fine with this. But no, you didn't do that. You decided to include chapter 8 when you should have fucking had that in the next episode. I'm just... I'm just really annoyed with this anime right now. Like, I just don't understand it. I really, really don't. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let me know what you nerdigans thought of this episode in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. if you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to the Nerdigans Inc. expansion. There's a couple ways you can do that. You can donate to the Nerdigans Inc. PayPal, Patreon, or purchase something off the Nerdigans Inc. Amazon wishlist. All those links are in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on the Twits, aka Twitter. Follow my Twitch channel and friend me on PlayStation Network. All that's in the description box below as well. And until next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye!